The Brahma Sutras, also called the Vedanta Sutras, give us a deep and clear path to understand reality, consciousness, and the ultimate truth called Brahm. These teachings were written by the sage Badarayana. They act as a guide for spiritual seekers on their journey. The Brahma Sutras are divided into 4 chapters. Each chapter covers a different aspect of spiritual knowledge. In this video, we will explore the main ideas of all 4 chapters in a simple and easy to understand way. The first chapter is called Samanvayadhyay. This chapter brings together the different teachings of the Upanishad. The main idea is that Brahm is the one and only ultimate reality. Everything comes from Brahm, is sustained by Brahm, and returns to Brahm. From the smallest atom to the vast cosmos, everything is an expression of Brahm. This chapter shows how the Upanishad may use different stories, symbols, and images, but they all speak about the same truth. For example, some texts talk about Anand Swarup, which means the blissful self. Others describe a golden person in the sun. Some speak about Pran, the inner breath or life force. Though the descriptions differ, they all point to the same reality, Brahm. This chapter begins with the famous sutra, Atato Brahm Jigyasa, which means, now begins the inquiry into Brahm. This sutra sets the foundation for all of Vedanta. It makes it clear that the purpose of spiritual study is to know Brahm, using the teachings of the Ved and Upanishad. The second chapter is called Avirod Adhyay. It focuses on clearing doubts and rejecting ideas that go against the truth of Brahm. This chapter responds to other philosophies like Sankhya, Vaisheshik, Bodh, and Jain, which present different views about the world and reality. The Brahma Sutras teach that Brahm alone is the ultimate truth. Both the Atma, or individual soul, and the material world are expressions of Brahm. There is no separation between Brahm and the world. This chapter also answers questions about evil and suffering. It says that Brahm is not responsible for pain or misery. Suffering happens because of karma, the actions of individual beings. Brahm is pure and untouched by the faults of the world. Another key idea here is that if any teaching goes against the Vedic view must be accepted as the highest truth. This helps keep Vedanta rooted in the ancient wisdom of the scriptures. The third chapter is called Sadhanadhyay. It shows the path a seeker must follow to reach liberation. It begins by explaining how people start looking for truth when they feel empty or disappointed by the pleasures of the world. This leads them to the deeper path of contemplation. This chapter highlights the importance of upasana, which means meditation. Meditation is the main tool to realize Brahm. The Upanishad describe many types of meditation, but they all lead to the same goal, union with Brahm. The sutra suggests that all these different practices can be seen as one combined meditation, because the goal is the same. This chapter also talks about the value of self-study and reflection. The Brahma Sutras say that knowledge of Brahm comes through careful study of the scriptures and deep thinking. Once this knowledge becomes clear, liberation comes naturally. Another important point is the rejection of external rituals. Even though the Upanishad talk about rituals like sacrifices, the Brahma Sutras make it clear that these are not needed for liberation. What really matters is the purification of the mind. The seeker must let go of pride, anger, and ego. They must become simple and innocent like a child to gain the knowledge of Brahm. The final chapter is called Phaladhyay. This chapter explains what happens when a person realizes Brahm. It describes the state of liberation that comes when the seeker understands that their true nature is Brahm. In this state of realization, the person knows, I am Brahm. I am not separate from it. The soul no longer sees a difference between itself and the divine. This realization removes all sorrow, all pain, and all limitations. The soul then experiences eternal bliss because it now knows that it is Brahm itself. Liberation is not something that only happens after death. It can be experienced here and now. Through the knowledge of Brahm, a person rises above the body and mind and lives in a state of deep peace and joy. In the end, the Brahma Sutras give us a complete path to truth. They show how to bring together the teachings of the Upanishad. They clear away false ideas. They guide us in meditation and self-inquiry. And finally, they show us the fruit of this journey, the direct experience of Brahm. These teachings tell us one powerful truth. Brahm is not outside us. We are Brahm. By following the path of meditation, self-study, and contemplation, the seeker removes ignorance and realizes the self. And when this happens, the seeker lives in eternal freedom, peace, and joy. This is the moment when the Atma becomes one with the infinite. This is the oneness of the self and Brahm.